Hold on. I need to do a thing. There we go. Oh, Murray, look at you. Bomb kick. Ooh. Could be useful. Alright, I want to get the rest of the bottles finished up. I think Murray's the only one with a mission right now, but Sly will be best for getting bottles. Actually, wait. There's another move I need to get to be able to get the rest of the bottles anyways, I think. But we'll do what we can. I think there might actually be some backtracking in this one, because there's definitely some stuff I saw in the level that requires an ability that I think we get somewhere else. But we'll see what we can do for now. Maybe these are for something else that aren't required for getting bottles. Don't remember how many I have though. I know I don't have them all, but I'm not sure how close I was when I left off. And good vantage point. I wish I could get bottles that I've spotted to show up on the map. That would be handy, I think. But what can you do? Alright, let's see. Don't see any bottles from here. Yeah, these baskets with arrows in them. If I remember correctly, there's an ability where we can use those for something. But I think we have to meet a different ancestor in a different time period to do that. If I'm remembering correctly. Oh, there's a bottle. Okay, but are there any closer to me though? What did I see? Okay. See, I went right underneath that one, but I don't know how to get on top of that. Pardon me. Oh, here's the way. I couldn't do it from the other side, but I can do it from here. Surprised I didn't have this bottle yet, actually, because I've been up here before, I think. Alright, 5 more. Which means they're going to start getting trickier to find. There's not a lot of them left. Looks like the Panda King over there. There's that treasure there. I don't know how to get that either, though. I don't really need it that urgently anyway. I guess we have to run around a little bit more. I can't see any more bottles from here. I just want to get all the I just want to get all the bottles before I finish this stage, so I can open the safe. Oh heck! Yeah, yeah. Well, martial arts, you. There's a rope for that one. Gotta get up there. Gotta get up there. How do I do that? Get him! Get him! Okay. This rope. How do I get onto this rope? That. Excellent. I wasn't super worried about the treasure, but now that I know how to get to it, I might as well nab it. And where's my headquarters again? It's in the middle there somewhere, right? Oh, heck. Where's the wrong button to try to run? Actually, can I even run when I've got it? I don't know. Gonna have to try though. Princess Ariana, hello. Thank you for the follow. How are you tonight? How old am I? Guess. You'll never guess. Gyro slicer. Ah. Nope. I'm not here. Uh-huh. 30? You're 2/3 of the way there. $46. old-ass man over here. Alright, let's see. Back to the hunt for bottles. Maybe I should just continue missions because I'm just not spotting any. Ow. What about that cave up there? Can I get that? Can I get to it? Let's give that a try. If I do get to it, can I do anything there? I don't know. One way to find out, though.
Find out.
Hey, Raze.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up? Hello, Kai.
Hubby.
IB.
Rough night?
No. Just in an overall neutral. Doing alright. I finished off that Warhammer 40k strategy game I've been playing last night.
Oh yeah?
It was pretty fun, and
Nice.
apparently they're getting a new campaign soon with Necrons. So that should be a whole thing.
Right.
Alright, I can't do anything in there. Ugh. A friend of mine was playing through it and got a bit frustrated with it because he kept losing on the missions. I think he was just being a little reckless, you know? Getting these
Reckless
guys
is a way
wiped
to
out.
be.
It's a way to be, and it's also a way to be killed.
Never said it
gotta-
was a good way to be.
It's true. Gotta send out your tanks out front so that your squishy guys don't get killed.
But I thought the squishy guys were supposed to protect the tanks.
No, that's the Imperial Guard. That's not the Space Marines. Imperial Guard is much, much more expendable.
The Imperial Guard, where canonically they're, if the choice is to die or destroy your weapon, you're supposed to die because your weapon is worth more than you.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's trillions of people in the Imperium, you know. People are easily replaceable. Of course, they got...
Guns, not so much.
Well, the guns are too, but they're still harder to replace in a way. I mean, the Imperium still has factories that are literal entire planets, but you know, every planet is a human factory, right?
True.
Of course, this is also the same Imperium that the Imperial Palace is a continent. least in a mountain range. Specifically, I believe it's the Himalayas. If I'm remembering correctly. Like the entire thing. Possibly the area around it too.
It's been a long time since we went fishing, Bentley. I'm excited.
Well, this is no vacation, Murray. We need to help Ryuichi get back on track as a sushi chef. And what he needs most right now is fish. We're here because these caves are his secret spot for catching the best fish. Unfortunately, judging from this security lock, it looks like El Jefe's been here too.
Can you open it, buddy?
Are you kidding? I've never met a system I couldn't hack. Don't worry, Murray. We'll be
I
fishing
will
in
be
no time.
right back. I just remembered I need to go do something.
Alright. Get her done. Rambo Murray.
All right, now the
Or
game
Bentley.
is smooth and steady. The right stick should fire by binary packets. Check.
He's even got the bandana on his health bar. That's silly.
I can absorb those ion bits to level up. Of course, by combining multiple ionic particles, I can supercharge my attack. But taking damage will drop my valence level. Yes, a logic bomb. I need to grab that. Configuring the R1 button to detonate logic bombs.
Logic bomb. Eat it.
I better blast them or stay out of their way. Those nano cannons are no joke. Too many hits and I'll crash.
Power up. Ooh. And split shots. That's awesome.
Yes, I just gained a valence shell.
I don't know what that means, but cool.
I don't think he knows what it means either.
He knows what it means, he's just not telling us. And the reason he knows what he means is because he made it up.
I think that's cheating.
I mean, that's how words work, isn't it? Somebody made
Only
them
in German.
up. Oh, every other language existed naturally, did it?
Yes.
Okay.
I need to take it out before it reboots.
Yeah. Had some weird movement lag there. I have measles. Ah. Stop getting hit. It makes me more not shoot good. That was a sentence.
It was?
Feels like it just bombed him. Doesn't work with the shield on. Get bombed! Well, that's shmups for you. Once in a while there was so much shit going on I couldn't really tell what was happening. I think I took at least a couple of hits just because I couldn't perceive what was going on around me. But by the way, Kai, guess what?
What's up?
Guess what I bought while I was out today?
Um,
Eh? Eh?
Oh, very. I think you'll love it.
It's literally the only Patrick Rothfuss book they had. And by which I mean they didn't have a bunch of copies of just this. Like, it was literally the only single one. They don't have any anymore. They had the one copy of this and nothing else with his name on it.
You
Otherwise, I
might
would have
have to
gotten the other
order.
one too.
Might have to order the others on Slamzon.
Yeah, I don't know how many he has in total.
He has several, but from the King Killer series, he's got 2 others technically.
There's 3? Oh, I thought there was just 2 total.
There's 2 mainline novels, and then there's the novella, The Slow Regard of Silent Things, which you don't have to have, but it's such a piece of art.
Interesting. Hey, Luca. By the way, I just want to point out,
Murray, we need to find the
Murray's
secret
wearing a
fishing
belt,
hole.
but not any
Let's
pants.
try that gate over there.
Well, he's got to keep his shirt down.
He's got to show that sexy-ass beer gut.
Yeah. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but it's just also kind of silly.
Like I said, based on the loops, the color of the loops, it's a belt for his shirt.
Yeah. And yet it just fell down around his ankles a second ago, so it's not actually attached to his shirt. Maybe he just put those colors of loops on it to color coordinate.
Well, be right back.
I don't know what's going on, but it does look cool, so I'm not even mad. I'm gonna punch all the money out of this thing.
Actually, there's a rhythm to Slow Regard. It's the only reason why he actually, when they started talking about.
Give you a nasty shock. Lucky for us, that large plant is a giant lamp leaf. Hitting it will make it glow.
That is some
and
Lovecraftian
attract the
shit
bugs.
right there.
Give it a whack
Yes, it
and
is.
Get those things out of our way.
I like it.
Awesome. You know how much I like to hit stuff.
But when they were looking
by the way,
for,
is Slow Regard part of King Killer Chronicles?
it is it's its own story about a character from
So,
the King Killer Chronicles.
So yes, but it's like a side story of it.
It happens adjacent to both, I believe.
Adjacent to
Somewhere between.
both?
It starts
Okay.
taking place roughly halfway into the first book and ends about halfway into the second,
Oh,
as I understand it. But
I wasn't expecting that result, but I'll take it.
when they were looking at doing the audiobook, Patrick Rothfuss actually does the audiobook for Slow Regard.
I was about to ask that.
He doesn't do it for the other books, but he does it for Slow Regard, and the only reason he did it for Slow Regard, he said, because there is a rhythm to it, there is a poetry to it. He said it's almost like slam poetry in some sections, and he wanted that to be absolutely perfect when people were listening to it.
It almost makes me
And-
wonder if I should listen to it rather than read it.
It was something that it wasn't against the guy that they have for
Be careful
the
jumping
regular
on those
books.
lily pads, Murray. This is
It was
the
that he
situation
didn't
where
think
your
it was
muscle
fair
mass may
to be
drop
so
back.
picky about it,
Mm-hmm.
and not be picky about it with him doing it. So he literally took it on because he thought it would be unfair to be that picky to somebody else,
That's what he's like, though.
right?
Oh, should I do that book between King Killer 1 and 2, or after them both?
I read it after I read the second one personally, but I don't know. It's I think it's personal choice. I personally like it the order that I read it, but
When did it come out? Was it released
It
after
came-
the other two?
it was released after the second book.
Well, so that kind of solidifies it, because that I feel like that's the intended order then. You know?
Yeah, I can see that.
So that's what I'll do.
And in that book, you will,
This statue thing is neat.
you will learn about the thing that you occasionally see me imprinting on 3D prints. Sort of a broken gear
Okay,
that comes from Slow Regard.
cool.
That is Fulcrum.
Okay. I guess I'll find out.
Actually have that as a pendant somewhere.
It'll be a little bit before I get started on this new book, because I'm not quite finished my current book, but I'm close. Wait, what the hell?
Without a real fishing pole, I'm gonna have to use this old magnet from Murray's toy robot. I've calibrated its output to coincide with the fish's own bioelectric fields, so if I can keep it close enough, it should attract them like a charm. Talk about animal magnetism.
Oh, I'm supposed to be using motion controls for this. Hang on. I'm sitting here wondering why the thing won't move, and I noticed that there was a icon of a tilted controller on screen. The hell? Stop that. Maybe it's confused because it's got two controllers plugged in now. Let's do that. Come on. Not like that USB slot?
USB sloots. I will be right back.
Alright. Okay, there we go.
Drink.
I think I confused it by having two gamepads plugged in at the same time.
Just
Okay.
need to tilt like
Oh.
this to move it around. Yeah, scrumptious long-nosed snorkeler. Yes, a perfect speckled cave nipper. Yeah, fat big-eyed bug eater. Yep, a beautiful largemouth horse face.
Rude.
Yes, a superb striped rocksucker.
Wow! This one's huge!
That's what he said.
Nice catch, pal!
Okay, Murray, take that fish to the cart. Murray, you won't be able to activate that plant while holding the fish. Try throwing them into that old cart. You can pick them up again after you get rid of those lightning bugs.
Shoot, I need
Oops.
some more fish!
Oops.
Okay, Murray, take that.
Actually, I should swap controllers back over. Yeah. As long as I don't have to use motion controls, I'd prefer to use this controller over here.
Fish to the cart.
Oh. Too soon.
Shoot! I need some
What?
more fish!
Why did that happen? Oh, darn it.
Okay, Murray, take that fish to the cart.
I will smack you, Bentley. There. Why didn't work last time? Do I win yet?
Man, this is a serious load! Oh, do you think Ryoichi will make us some sushi as a reward?
I'm not sure, but let's just get this fish back to him without El Jefe's goons turning us into sashimi.
Never fear, Bentley! Nobody makes a hippo roll out of the Murray!
Nah. Alright, yeah. Oh, you both got missions, eh? Ah, you're all gay shit up again. Madame Murray. You can just play Madame Murray even without there being a mission for it. That's pretty silly. Alright, what are we doing, bud? This way. I'm not entirely clear what level that's at. Is that in here or up top? I guess we'll find out. I don't know how he's throwing all those shuriken when he's got his hands full with sticks. Oh well. Okay, it's here. But gotta grab this stuff first.
And back.
Okay,
Ew.
Ryuichi, we need to collect samples from those strange...
Lord and lady,
growing
those people
high
out there are
up the
funny.
wall. Commonly known as the spiky wall climber, it secretes a mild toxin we can use to make sushi rolls that will put any guard to sleep instantly. Just be careful not to be overcome yourself.
Bentley-san, did I not explain?
You're a ninja master. I know.
Hey? No. Allow me to show you how it's done.
Well, now at least I know where Sly gets it from.
If Bentley's plan works, we can rid our land of this villainous tiger.
So what's the family doing?
So tonight for dinner we are having chuck wagons.
What?
Which-
What?
Okay, so a chuck wagon, it may very well be an invention of my grandfather, but what it is you have a hamburger style bun, American cheese, Swiss cheese, bologna, and cotto salami. And you put those together and you bake it. Melts everything together and crisps the bun.
Okay.
That is how to make a chuck wagon. So they're asking me, how do you want your chuck wagon? I said, I want a chuck wagon. They said, okay, so do you want sharp? No. Let me be very clear. I want a chuck wagon. Do you want it heat? Do you heat a chuck wagon? Yes, then that's what I want. It's like,
Standard issue, please.
Like, if it's cold, it's not a chuck wagon, it's a fucking bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
The only reasonable options on a chuck wagon are with or without sesame seeds.
Well, one of those is correct. Yes.
They're both applicable for a chuck wagon.
I disagree.
I've
If
had
sesame
both.
seeds are an option, then no sesame seeds are not an option.
Well, okay. If they're available, then, you know,
Yes.
obviously that is the superior choice. But it is still a significant... It is not a significant, it is an option,
Traps can stop a ninja.
technically.
You know, the whole thing sounds pretty good, though.
They're quite good. Unfortunately, it's hard to find really good Swiss cheese these days. It's all kind of wimpy. Swiss
Oh.
cheese should bite. Swiss cheese should bite back, and it's just...
My question is, how does the wagon come into things, and is it kind of a bit crunchy?
I don't really know where the name came from.
I must strike the blossom.
So-
I
Somebody
never met
chuck.
my...
The poison.
I never met my grandfathers, so... Either of them, so... It definitely would have been a question I would have asked.
It's a big seed, ladies.
This compound will topple even the largest enemy. This poison will make those guards sleep like babies.
Hey, Toaster. What's up?
Hello, Toast.
So I think now that I've finished that Battle Sector game, I can get started on this other weird-ass game I got called Other Side.
Oh?
Other Side in the sense of homicide. As in,
Good choice.
It is a game about defeat. It's another strategy game about defeating an enemy called the Other, which is essentially some sort of Lovecraftian horror from another dimension thing. I don't know if you spotted the other day, like a week or so ago, when I posted a quote of germinating daughters.
That's a disturbing sentence.
It is a sentence uttered in this game. I'm not 100% clear on what the player character actually is, because the game's vague about it. But you're basically one entity opposing the other entity, and the tutorial is given like you are a single powerful person called the Mother or something like that, the Red Mother. But then you get defeated, and now you are. It's unclear as to whether or not you are a incorporeal spirit made of red energy, shaped like a woman, or if you are a physical entity composed of blood shaped like a woman. You're one of these things. But apparently you cannot fight anymore, but what you can do is use this like pool of blood that you have. I think they call it a birthing pool or something similar. And use it to create essentially clones of yourself that you call daughters to be your troops. And so you spend some quote-unquote vitae, in other words, blood, as a resource, as a currency, to create daughters. And the menu option for this says germinate daughter.
Well then.
Quite a thing to come back to.
Isn't it? So I don't know if this detail will change. So far, I've only done one mission in it. So far, at the moment, I only have a maximum of three troops I can have at once. I don't know if that will change later. But there's also 3 character classes. I also don't know if that will change later. So I might just have these 3 forever, or there might be more later, I don't know. But either way, I've got one of each class. It's an interesting game because there's a lot of timing involved with it. Like, it's turn-based, but there's also like an initiative system. Also, I have no idea where to go to get this next item I need to get. Maybe I need to examine this other room a bit more. Yeah, it's very stylish. The game is mostly... It's like... Imagine a turn-based battle system with a grid map. That's all in like noir-style black and white that looks like maybe Tim Burton made it. But there's some splashes of red here and there.
I can dig it.
It's really cool. Toaster's about to play some Hunt Showdown. Oh, too bad we don't know anybody else that might play that with you, huh? Game, I don't know what you want me to do right now. I feel like almost like maybe I'm supposed to go over there, but I don't know how to get there. Okay, I've got a pointer pointing me this way. Let's... This way. Up the... What? How do I up? My guidance arrow was getting a stiffy. How do I up? I'm confuzzed.
Speaking of Astrid, she has gotten a song stuck in my head.
Uh-oh.
It is one of the title tracks from Hunt Showdown. It is
I would have guessed.
actually a bomber track.
Well, you're gonna have to spread the infection then. Give us a link.
It's
Discord,
very
I mean.
stylized, exactly like what you'd expect from Hunt. It fits Hunt so well.
Very westerny, I assume?
Very much. It's called Rise Up, Dead Man.
I guess it doesn't count as assuming if I'm asking for confirmation, does it?
Well, it's an assumption until it's confirmed.
True. While I have said in the past that I don't know if the gameplay of Hunt is really for me, I definitely love its style.
I must strike the blossom.
I love the lore.
The poison.
I don't know the lore, but it looks like Wild West cryptids, I guess.
It's an alternate history, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all these different reasons for different things. Like, and some of the reasons come off as really lame, but really, it's lame because it's thought out. It makes sense. Like, how did this backwoods cult get their hands on some of the most sought after Russian firearms in the world? Well, they kidnapped Nagant brothers, and they're being forced to work for them. It's like, oh, that's kind of a lame answer, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a very real answer, and I appreciate that a lot.
It's better than fancy but convoluted and nonsense answers, you know? So, look at this. They're letting me walk around as Madame Murray. Okay, he seems to play like regular Murray, so he's just alternate skin, I guess. Still amuses me, though. Oh, and his belly flop is turned into an atomic elbow. I don't know if that's in general in this game, or if this is just because of this costume, but... pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna go swap back now. I just wanted to see what that would be like. Yeah, no, I'd like to hear that soundtrack there. I would also recommend looking up... see if you can find an Other Side, like, trailer or something to check out. Super stylish. Also, but just the tactics feel very interesting, because it's not just move to a different square and then do a thing. It's also like you have a delayed attack that will take this many initiative units before it goes off. So make sure you time it properly, or else you might miss your target because their turn came up and they moved away from you or something. But if you nail them with it, it'll be stronger than an instant attack would have been. There's also interrupts and things, or like stun attacks, which are like You don't do as much damage, but you push your target's initiative back when you hit them. So you can manipulate that kind of thing a lot, which really makes the initiative pretty interesting. Or there's interrupts where you can like, okay, I do this thing which will end my turn without doing anything immediately, but I am ready to act when an enemy acts, and then I will hit them and interrupt them so they lose their turn. But again, you gotta time it properly. So there's a lot to it, which is pretty neat. Ah, there we go.
Okay, according to my calculations, this is the optimal location to launch the RC car. With the miniature microphone I installed, it should be a snap to follow El Jefe and see what he's up to. Looks like he's headed for the prison. Time to get rolling.
This Deadpool ass fucker over here.
Time to track that tiger. Murray's old chicken hat is going to come in handy too. I just need to remember to press the L2.
Maybe you should have told me that before I got to that point.
Murray's old chicken hat is going to come in handy too. I just need to
Don't mind me, I am chicken.
to enable the perfect poultry camouflage.
I'm totally legitimate chicken.
Chickens always have wheels.
Suspicious. And make whirring noises, yep. Nothing suspicious about this. Alright. Had to check. Might have wasted too much time there. Yeah.
Time to track that tiger.
Toast says he likes the hunt showdown for the lore and characters. That seems, that looks like the part that's interesting to me as well. And the visuals and such. I just wonder, I wonder if they would ever introduce an alternate mode where it's just hunting down the monsters, like without the PvP angle to it. I know that's a major point of the current mode, but if they did that as an alternate mode, I would check that out.
If I'm correct on this, I might not be, but I think there is a, well, not entirely an offline mode. It's a non-ranked mode.
Even this magnificent prison pales when compared to my new statue fortress.
New statue fortress? That must be where he's hiding out all the time.
Nobody would guess the Palace Gate switch is actually under the bridge.
You're messing with the wrong turtle, buddy.
So non-ranked, that sounds to me like it's probably still PvP though, just, whoops, just not, just on a more casual level. But who knows? Definitely really enjoy their trailers. Game's beautiful.
Ah, fishing caves. Good thing I sealed them. My dragon gates are invincible, as long as that lazy guard doesn't get distracted by sushi.
Very interesting. I think we can probably help that guard out.
Even if those fools get to the dragon gates, they'll never figure out the switches are inside the dragon mouths.
Excellent.
It's a very stylized looking game.
Oh, you're just checking. You found the thing for other side?
Yeah.
Isn't it? It is very cool looking. I feel like the black and white thing they're doing really helps with the horror element to things too.
Yep. Black, white, and red is a wonderful color scheme.
And the red's pretty rare. So far, I've only seen it on the scarves worn by the characters you play. And by the Red Mother herself.
Which is
Looks
good.
legit.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Now I just need to find that blasted Ryoichi, so I can deliver the package to the boss.
I like how even the character that's here from the modern day, because he time traveled, doesn't recognize an RC car. With a chicken hat on top of it. And he's like, yeah, no, that's a legit chicken.
Konnichiwa, Jefe-san! Greetings, Madam Geisha.
Shake those hips, Murray. Anything new in here? Looty shake. Instead of booty shake? That's funny. Ooh. It's interesting.
I would not suggest shaking one's looty.
Why not?
No,
You don't like things being looty? Sorry, Raze, what was that?
I can't condone it either.
I can't believe you're both
Shaking
lying to me
one's
like that.
No, I
don't believe either one of
definitely.
you.
I do not condone shaking around a looty. I think that is not being safe at all.
I mean, a looty, yeah, I would agree. You don't want to shake your lute player. They're trying to play music for you. That's rude.
So
That is also the way to take it.
Mm-hmm.
So a looty is an interesting piece of history, whereas this guy in the Great England finding their firearm laws to be silly. He didn't think that Parliament really understood exactly how laws work. And he designed and published a book on how to do it with parts from a hardware store. And his last name was Ludi. He's currently sitting in prison for this, for the record. But
I see.
yeah, the thing is he proved his point, and they didn't like it, so they made an example of him.
Which further proves that he was right.
Exactly. So you can ban aspects, you can ban whatever you want, you can ban the machines that are specifically used in firearm production, but as long as there are two objects that you can smash together to make something, you can make a firearm from it, period. And effectively he did. It was all hardware stuff. There was like $50 worth of equipment from a standard hardware store and a drill press. That's what he had. And not only was it an effective, accurate firearm, it was probably the one that people are most afraid of. It was fully automatic.
Damn.
It's a machine gun.
I like machine guns. But fun fact that you might enjoy, Kai, as well. In Acquisitions Incorporated D&D campaign, there is an NPC who is a bard whose last name is Ludier. I think it's Brahma Ludier, if I remember correctly. And she actually does have a lute, so there you go.
Nice.
In fact, I believe it's a battle lute because I think it has a hidden blade in it. Because that's what I think Acquisitions Incorporated is like. They're a bunch of silly lads over there.
All right, we have all the intel we need. El Jefe has played dictator for the last time, and it's time to bring him down. First, we need to open those dragon gates. Thanks to Ryuichi's special sushi rolls, the guards are out for the count. Sly, you'll need to gain access to the switches in their mouths. Next, we'll need to open the palace sword gate. However, the bridge is crawling with guards, so we'll need to create a diversion. Murray, you, Sly, and myself will need to distract the guards. Once they're occupied, Ryuichi can make his way under the bridge to the switch and open the gate. Once we get that gate open, there's nothing stopping us from taking the palace and putting El Jefe in his place. Viva la revolucion!
Look, there's a giant statue of El Jefe. I wonder where he's hanging out.
El Jefe?
Yes, that too.
Uh,
That as well.
It's like a jalapeno.
Yes.
how dare you?
Is that how they spice their food in jail?
It was so hard to say it like that.
Personally, my favorite is jalapeno. Whoops.
Oh, so how everyone says it around me.
Well, it's more fun when you're in an area where it's not normal.
That is the single most popular redneck hick way of saying it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Same with.
The only thing I
as
don't like
heard
about
today.
it is the person I'm most familiar with saying it that way. I know
Who?
what I'm talking about.
Trying to place a name that I recall you saying this before.
Well, 2 words. First word, Trumpster.
Oh, Trumpster Bob.
Yes.
Who?
This
Eh,
crazy
a
person
lol
on
cow.
YouTube. And a lol cow, yeah.
a lol
Um,
cow who told his entire community that he lived in a mansion, and sure, he did, but he didn't own it.
He was renting a room.
He was renting a room in a mansion, essentially.
It was like the bottom floor used to be a casino, and the upstairs was rooms for rent. I think the bottom floor still has the casino games, but I think it's just for the residents now. I'm not super clear on that detail, though.
It depends entirely on who owns it.
Right. And I don't know what rules they've set for it. Also, I need 5 more bottles in this level, and I have no idea where the hell they are. Which is why I still need them, because if I knew where they were, I would have them. Let's have a little look around a bit more before I give up. Oh, there's one. Okay, so I need to find 4 more. Yeah. Bob's a special lad. I like the part where he thinks that Muslims can't handle spicy food for some reason.
They only fucking invented it.
Right? So for some reason he lives in New Mexico. I think it was. And for some reason he thinks that most of the Hispanic population of the area are secretly actually Muslims. Which, I mean, maybe some of them are, because Muslim's not a race, but try to tell him that. I doubt all of them are, though. Also, I don't see why he cares so much if they are. And also, he thinks that the way that you can discover which ones are which is to somehow make them eat a jalapeno. I don't know how you make them do this, but make them eat a jalapeno. I don't know how they're going to
Better than a
how you're going to make them cave to your demands, but this is his idea. You make them eat a jalapeno. And if they can't take it, that means they're a Muslim. That's Trumpster Bob level of logic for you.
What about me drinking ghost pepper hot sauce from the bottle for 10 minutes?
Well, that proves that you're a Mexican. Obviously.
I mean, close, but no.
Or maybe just regular white, because he's a white guy and he talks about snacking on jalapenos. So I don't
not
know.
white.
Not that I have any idea what ethnicity you even are, raised, but it doesn't matter.
I'm a mystery.
Wrapped in an enigma?
No, I don't like eggs.
Beautiful.
That was
I
amazing.
especially enjoyed the deadpan delivery of that. That was really nice.
A lot of my humor is just deadpan.
Deadpan sarcasm is too much fun. I love it. You know, it brings me to another point, though. For the longest time, I thought I didn't like eggs either, until I discovered that it's not that I don't like eggs, it's just that people aren't cooking them properly. I don't like undercooked eggs, which is what you usually get from most people. I like well-done eggs. I'm probably in the minority on that one, though, but like, if I'm going to have a sunny side up egg, I like to cook it enough so that it starts to, like, the egg white turns to brown.
Yeah.
Not completely, but, like, it's got some in it, like, almost like grill marks, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I like it that way. Like, I don't want it runny anymore, you know?
I think it depends on my mood, for me. And I don't know if I could pull it off anymore, but I used to know a way to cook a sunny side up egg where it got those brown marks and still had a liquid yolk. And the reason I like
on high heat, I'm guessing, because
the reason I like the liquid yolk is because it's great on bacon.
Okay, I mean, I know people who like to dip their toast in it, but I haven't heard it as a thing for bacon. But I guess that you can use it as like a sort of sauce, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you probably did it on high heat. That way, it's not on the heat as long. You can get it done faster, and therefore, it's more of a chance of retaining that liquid in the yellow part in the yolk.
There's a little bit more to it than that, because if you do it that way, you'll end up with a layer of yolk that's That's solidified.
The lower part of the yolk will have solidified. Yeah.
I managed to avoid that, and I don't remember how.
I'm not sure. I cannot even theorize, but
Might have had something to do with like the elevation. I know it cannot be done on an electric stovetop. You need a fire to do it.
I despise electric.
Same.
I despise electric stoves so much.
well, that's mostly what you get these days.
I won't have one. I will never have one.
The only electric stove that I can stand, and only if it's done very specifically, i.e. correctly, is an induction cooktop. But
I don't
the
think
fact
I've
of
ever
the matter
used one of those.
is most induction cooktops, frankly, aren't.
So most induction cooktops are like friendly fire in that they aren't. In that they aren't.
Exactly. And I hate it. Because an induction cooktop is safe. Completely safe. You cannot burn yourself on an induction cooktop.
Well, that takes the fun out
Yep.
of it, doesn't it? Where's your sense of adventure and danger?
But the issue is that there's a lot of brands will sell a glass cooktop as an induction cooktop, and they're not the same thing. They look the same,
Not at all.
but one of them has electric coils underneath of it that get hot, and the other one has electric coils that pulse at a high frequency that cause your pan to get hot. And there is a distinct difference in how they cook. That's why I like induction, because induction actually cooks very much like fire.
This is where you get your typical clashes between engineers and marketing people.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the marketing people are the ones calling the shots.
Yeah. This is how you get a bad cyber.
308 or 30-06? Nothing? Okay.
9x19.
5x5? I don't know. Numbers. I mean, you're talking about gun calibers there, but I don't know where you're going
Calling
with
the
this.
shots.
Oh. See, that was too
That
smart
was
for
a
me.
bad joke.
No, that was a great joke. It was just too smart for me.
Which kind of brings me back a little bit to another funny aspect of the Ludi. As part of its interesting history is that after doing this, the Parliament banned the book and banned the sale of the book. And ever since then, the #1 biggest issue that they've had in illegal arms has been the Ludi. It's almost as if you can't do that. They have massive warehouses stock full of Ludis.
It's almost as if all these people are being arrested for this only because they made it illegal in the first place.
Yeah, not because they actually did anything with it, because they weren't taken from people who broke any serious laws.
Like they weren't committing other crimes with the guns, yeah.
Right, they simply created the arm because maybe they lived in a sketchy area and they felt like they needed the protection. And, you know, knife crime is skyrocketing in Europe. They don't talk about that, though, do they?
See, that's the problem. You don't bring a knife crime to a gun crime.
No.
The gun crime will win.
Well, I mean,
and it's only a crime because people are assholes and made it a crime to be able to defend your home, right?
Yep, and I just find it funny. You know, they banned the book, they banned the sale of the book, they put the author of the book in prison, and they just have warehouses full of these things. It's almost as if they can't control information because their laws are fucking meaningless.
Now,
You definitely can't control information.
don't bring a gun or a knife to a knife crime to a gun crime. What if you have one of those knife guns?
What if you have a
Uh,
knuckle duster pistol knife?
if you have a knife
Knuckle
gun,
duster pickle knife.
actually, if you have either one of those things, then you're covered for both situations. Checkmate. Whoever
I
has
haven't
those
any
things,
of both.
checkmate.
The knuckle duster pistol knife is such a
Knuckle duster pickle knife.
Pretty crazy.
knuckle dufter.
Shut up. At least I didn't call it a pickle.
Pickle knife
Don't
is
See,
a
think
thing now.
that's true. You didn't call it that, and that's where you went wrong. That was your
In one
loss.
conversation. Kai called it the knuckle duster pickle knife.
It was an accident.
As was the
Yep.
dufter.
Thing is
Knuckle
that a
duster
pickle knife, a pickle knife is a thing. So,
I like the idea of a knuckle dufter. I don't know what it would be, but I like it.
knuckle duster with a lisp.
Ow.
Oh, you
Is
okay?
that that was loud? Yeah, are you okay?
Never.
Alright. Giggling sounds like at least unharmed. Alright. I have no idea where these last 2 or 3 bottles are, so I'm just going to move on. Whoa! And now that I've declared that, I found one. Alright, we're going to have to ask this...
Oh yeah! I forgot about that.
What?
That was a Garand pain.
I don't think he gets it.
And a couple weeks ago, I posted a meme of different colored pills, and like the yellow pill would like I don't remember all their different effects, but like one of them was like pancakes forever bullshit, and the blue pill was every time you come, your penis makes a Garen ping.
That's tempting.
And I was honestly kind of disappointed at how few people chose blue. But ever since, whenever there's a Garen ping in the background, I go lewd.
Much like.
Lewd. What an iconic sound, though.
It's pretty good.
Still have yet to put the other stock on this. Haven't found the time.
There's another iconic sound that we commented that they actually got wrong in Sniper Elite
Uh-oh.
I can do that one too.
that Race can replicate.
Magazine out.
Because you're responsible for what happens on the set of your production.
Yes.
Yep, there it is. PO8. I'd know that lock any day. Yeah, I've been alerted for dinner, so I will return.
Oh,
Alright.
right before you go. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Closer.
Anyway, enjoy food.
I will. Be back.
I am the prop master.
Sounds like it's time to circle the truck wagons over there.
Ah yes, let's not forget, I also have a bayonet in this.
Ooh.
And
So you
it's
do have the
sharp.
gun knife.
I have a couple of gun knives. Actually,
I actually
I
have
have
a
5.
I have a
I'm
replica
working on
gun
getting
knife,
2
but not a
more.
real one.
Nice. I have 5 bayonets. I need 2 more. Granted, 3 of them are built into the gun. But
It's a lot of knives in one gun.
details. I have 2 SKSs which have a folding bayonet underneath them.
Okay,
And then I have
Sly,
a
use those rollers to open the dragon mouth. You'll find the
Carcano
switches somewhere inside.
M91.
And don't forget your armor.
That's the
Something tells me those
most.
things have very bad breath.
It's the Carcano. I don't remember the numbers specifically. But it's the cavalry version, so it has a folding bayonet on it too. The removable one for this boy, and one for my Mo's in the gun. Which, if you've seen a Mo's in the gun with a bayonet on it, like an actual old one, they're over 5 feet tall. Or long.
Damn.
They're very long.
Ladies.
That's what. Ow, my eye.
What are you doing?
So the problem with the length my hair is now, and it being curly, is that it likes to stab my eye.
Oh, yeah. That's like what happens to my face when I go outside and I wear my COVID mask. My beard stabs me in the mouth.
I've never heard of that happening before now. Thank you for that.
It's because my beard hair is naturally kind of messy as to begin with, so... Still, ow my eye is not a phrase you want to hear when somebody's handling a gun. A little worrisome. But I just realized I can probably do something with... There's a door somewhere else in this level that has a fireball spitting mouth on it, and I just realized I can probably open it. I'm gonna have to go try that now.
Out of all of the guns that I have, there are 3 that I will never worry about blowing up, and the Grand is one of them. 3 that I'm never gonna worry about blowing up is the Grand and my 2 AKs.
It's because of how they're built, or what?
Because of the system, yeah. Because you love this. When Mikhail Kalashnikov, a bit of history lesson now. When Mikhail Kalashnikov was designing the AK, he took great inspiration from the Garand. The action on an AK is the Garand upside down and flips.
That's funny.
They're both long. Yeah, they're both long stroke gas pistons.
Lewd.
One's just in an intermediate caliber, the AK, and one's in a high power round, 30-06. Whereas an AK is a 7.62 by 39. I am a nerd.
Aren't we all? We're all just nerds about different things, that's all.
Why I needed 2 of these, I don't know. Damn it, I lied.
Because it's better than one.
I got one with more, I guess, military furniture on it. Then I had to go classic and get one with
What?
wood.
Why does your gun have a couch?
Furniture meaning the front handguard, gas tube cover, grip, and stock.
Accidentally a bottle. Sweet.
Nice.
Now
I'm
there's
gonna
one
take this
left,
apart.
which means it's gonna be real damn hard to find. So what the hell is going on with this thing?
I wish I could tell. Holy
Cage,
shit,
why
I
are
need
you
to clean it.
flashy?
Oh my god, my fingers. My fingers.
What'd you do?
I'm gonna put this back together. I need to wash my hands. I forgot how dirty that was.
Mm-hmm.
So, the bolt carrier and assembly, the entire thing is stainless steel. It's
Mm-hmm.
turned pure black from just me not cleaning it,
Whoops.
which on an AK is okay.
No, it's AK, not okay.
Anyway, my hands are now covered in burnt powder.
Maybe you should clean it then. The gun, I mean.
And my
I know you
hands.
said you don't have to, but maybe it'd be nice. But you know, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I might. I mean, I just need to wipe down the bolt assembly, and I wouldn't be complaining about it. But I'm lazy.
Feel that. Now, where the hell is this friggin' door I'm looking for? I know
Not
it's
where
around
you're
the
at.
outside somewhere. Yeah, apparently.
The door that you're looking
think
for is
it
obviously
might be
not
that
where you're
way.
looking.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I just want to be a smartass tonight.
Tonight.
I am most of the time as well. But, like, I just want to more tonight.
Sometimes one just gets into more of a mood, right?
Yeah.
I think this is it. Alright, so do this. Aha! Oh, is that all that's in there?
Yep.
Well, I'll take it anyway.
I mean, you went through the trouble of it already.
Yep. I mean, money's money,
Fuck
don't get me
are you?
wrong, but... Huh? What'd you say?
Oh, that's what it is. Nothing at all.
Okay.
Picked something up and said, "What the fuck are you? What the fuck are you?"
I'm a raccoon.
Oh, that's what. Okay. No idea what that is. I'm gonna guess. No, that guess would be wrong. Legit no idea. Long. Is that? Oh. So that's what that is. Makes no sense to anyone not looking at what I'm looking at. All for the better, though.
I wonder if I need Bentley to do something with those boxes. Or if it's an ability I don't have yet. let's try. Headquarters should be here somewhere. Now let's see if I can find it again. I don't want to cancel the job either, though. I think I can come back because there's things here that I can't do with my current abilities, which implies that I can come back later. Oh, come on. Sneak attack, no worky. No, I don't want to get back here. Bye. Actually, this would be a good time for a wee little break.
I'm okay with that.
Alright. I shall grab a new drink and be back in a minute or two.
As will I. Well, I have returned.
I have as well, but I'm just checking my email before I continue.
Ah,
Well, that's interesting. Apparently I have made some soup happy today.
Huh?
I was just checking my Twitter notifications and it said that Ramen liked my tweet.
All right.
Actually, hold on. I need to go look and see what that account even is. It looks like it's another Twitch streamer whose Twitter profile is a picture of some guy's head surrounded by ramen noodles. Because his hair looks kind of like ramen noodles. That was weird. Alright, anyway. I guess he likes Sly Cooper. Don't we all, though?
I mean, I prefer Carmelita.
Well, yeah, obviously.
But I'm far more of a Les.
You want to ask Carmelita, let's be friends?
Yes. Without a doubt. Instantly.
It's a lot of floof.
Have you seen me?
Exactly. Damn.
My hair.
Just
My hair.
completely needless clocks on the side of a blimp.
My hair keeps stabbing my eye.
You know you're in for some steampunk when there's completely pointless clocks and dials on things.
You're not wrong. But damn it, I feel called out.
Called out for steampunk being awesome.
Hell yeah, boiler.
End of the line,
Yeah.
Cooper! Get them, you fools!
That guy's face, though. Jeez. Alright, Murray, you're up.
Okay, you all know what to do. Time to kick some butt!
My favorite time of the day!
I think Murray likes his costume a little too much. Or just enough. You know, one or the other.
Do this.
If you love it a little bit too much, I'm not gonna finish that statement.
If loving this costume is wrong, you don't want to be right?
Yeah, let's go with that.
It's actually a much more stylish way to beat the crap out of people, honestly. It actually works for him. Ah, I see. This fight is the quick look at the distraction mission. A classic maneuver.
Big open room, no enemies. It must be a boss fight.
That too. Especially if the room before it was full of health packs and ammo. Right?
True, yes.
Have you seen that meme with Gandalf?
Yeah.
He's looking around, he's like, I smell a trap.
I need to time myself on fighting Faith in Far Cry 5.
I thought she was the most interesting one because she had the most hallucinations.
I mean, yeah.
Also,
but-
jackalopes.
Jackalopes. The boss fight was... I've done it 3 times on one character.
Yeah.
I did it in my playthrough. And it was extremely underwhelming. I had the Vector SMG.
Mm-hmm.
Shoots insanely fast. So,
Like, Bentley really enjoyed that massage.
ooh, did it have a happy ending?
Looked like it did. He made Nahago face.
But I just melted her in mine with an SMG. I played the boss legitly in Kai's, and it was better.
It's mine.
I enjoy
and
Smigs.
then- Yes.
I came.
And then, in another friend's, I used the MG42, which is basically the LMG version of the Vector, where it holds a lot more rounds of high-powered rounds and shoots insanely fast.
I'm guessing it's less accurate.
Cooper, you lose.
Actually, it's
I
not.
need to deliver this puny stick
That's
to a
terrifying.
new owner.
No!
I'll,
El Jefe's
you-
getting away!
Don't
If
worry,
you want, I
Ryuichi.
can show
Watch
you
after these two.
sometime.
I'm gonna kick some tiger tail and get your
But-
cane back.
It
I don't
just
remember what gun I
melted her.
used. I bet it did. I bet that thing probably melts most people. And or liquefies them in other ways.
For Kai's playthrough, the streaming one she's doing is, I used a shotgun
Mhm.
and an RPG.
Fun.
I just felt like bringing the RPG.
I mean, it can be useful to have for certain situations. Such as blasting Faith's face off. Or
It didn't
vehicles,
really
you
do a
know.
lot of damage.
I mean,
It surprised me.
surprising it didn't just kill her immediately. But it is a video game boss fight after all.
Yep.
That would be too easy. What a family of crazies, though, huh?
Seriously.
Hey, Cooper! What do you think of my statue?
Ha! Looks like a real pigeon magnet.
Ah! I hope you can fly like a pigeon, Cooper! Otherwise, you'll never catch me!
I'm impressed Nolan North did such a good job on the
We'll
accent
see
here.
about that.
I mean, it's probably not authentic, but doesn't sound like his normal voice. Although he does that pretty well. I know at least 3 accents he does that are at least entertaining, if not, if questionably accurate. He does the kind of played up stereotype accents, you know?
Mm-hmm.
A magnificent likeness, isn't it, Cooper? Almost as handsome as the real thing!
Huh. Yeah. Looks almost big enough to contain your overinflated ego.
Take a nice long look. I want you to
I mean,
remember the one
if I wanted to be a
who trapped you.
stereotype if I wanted to
Looks to
do
me
a
like you've
stereotype
got
accent,
nowhere left to run, El
then it'd just be
Jefe.
broken English.
Ready to face me now?
Yeah. Like England English or
Sticking up for the family, eh,
American
Cooper?
English.
Too bad you'll never see any of them again.
If I wanted to
Oh,
look like a
Cooper,
stereotype,
You've climbed
I'd need a
so high.
headband and feathers.
Now,
I mean,
gonna fall.
that's one way to do it. But yeah, it's like
And to
I'm just,
actually
I'm
go
just remembering
outside
this
again.
guy's when this guy does his German doctor accent. It's very much like, I mean, it's exactly what it is. It sounds like an actor trying to sound like an evil German while really hamming it up. Actually, I don't know if he's evil or not, but he sounds like the stereotypical evil like evil German scientist type. But I haven't played the
That's
game that it
fair,
comes
son.
from, so I think it's one of the Call of Duties. Where there's a character called Dr. Richtofen.
Yeah, it's a Call of Duty.
Yeah,
zombies.
that's the same actor as this tiger here. This guy here. Who also did the penguin once with a British accent.
You know something, Cooper?
I think
You're actually starting to annoy me.
it's less evil scientist, more
I
just
have that effect on all
crazy
cowardly crime lords.
scientist.
There you go.
El Jefe. Isn't that Spanish for big baby?
Ah, enough of these stupid games.
I don't know what it actually means, but that's still a good burn. Whoa. I guess I didn't actually have enough clearance to jump over that. Cripes. This is gonna be tough. Okay, don't go in the circle, apparently. I gotta wait for an opening, I guess.
What if I want to be in the circle?
I mean, if you want him to kick your ass, that's your business, I suppose.
You don't know if I'm into that.
It's true, I don't know. I see. Okay, I gotta wait until he does the other sword move. And I can smack him with a fireball, which I assume will give me an opening for more smackings. Yes. Eat it, eat it, eat it!
This is going to be painful.
I wonder how he does that lightning move, though. That's pretty badass. Best thing to do after you take a whole bunch of hits is to repeat the exact sequence of events that led to you taking a bunch of hits.
Yeah, video game logic.
Lost patterns are fun.
You know, I'd love to see these games remastered for modern graphics.
Absolutely. I just want him to make a new game.
For such a tough
Oops.
guy. He sure runs away a lot.
Whoops. Alright, the first time I pressed jump half a second too late, and the second time I just jumped too far. Like, I'm not jumping the exact right amount, is the problem.
Stand still.
How about no?
It's sad.
Uh-oh. Excuse me?
Undodgeable.
How was... Maybe I'm supposed to
Question mark?
jump back down when that happens. Oh, shit.
You really don't need to take another hit.
Yeah, I cannot handle another hit. I don't think.
Are you regening? Or am I just seeing shit?
Am I what?
Regening.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't had time... I haven't been able to spare the time and attention away from him to look at my health meter that in any detail.
I'm fucking watching it like a hawk.
Crikes.
Well, I
Jump
can't watch
too
it anymore.
slow. Maybe I can dodge it by going over here. Nope.
Nope.
Stuck on that now. You know what? I'm just gonna call this attempt a loss. Manolo, you be happy if they move the games to new consoles? Well, I have good news for you then. Because there's this service called PS Now, which is what I am using to play this game currently, where
It
you
works
can
about
play the game streamed from their servers on your PC.
it works about 70% of the time.
That's been my track record so far. Like, if you're having problems with your internet connection, the whole thing's going to go to crap, but... Oh wait, I know what I should do. Just gotta switch to my samurai armor when that happens. Because it's fireproof. Because that's how armor works.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's made of bamboo, right?
The armor?
Yes. Wasn't it?
No, I don't think so.
I
You might be
remember
thinking of
seeing some.
you might be thinking of Ryoichi's cane. That's made of bamboo.
Might be it.
Which you can see on his back now.
Yeah.
That might be what you're thinking of.
I just remember something in this one is bamboo.
Yeah.
But
Hey! He broke the
no, I don't.
pattern, jerk. Manolo, you don't think you have the internet for streaming the games? That's a shame, but you could always try, I guess. I don't have the best internet in the world either. Sometimes it goofs up on me, but most of the time, like right now, it's working perfectly.
Yep.
No input lag or anything. You can always check it out and try.
I don't think armor is fireproof.
Especially not when parts of my body are hanging out of the armor, like my tail. But oh well. Video gamifying things. It's fine. I don't think we go to Sly Cooper for our realistic physics and such. Scientific accuracy.
True. Plus, I'm not sure how good burnt raccoon would smell.
Some form of tower brawl, I'm sure.
If your sword is that sharp, I am impressed.
Right? You went through that friggin' wood like butter. Ah, we're in Japan, so you made a martial arts joke. Very funny.
Lame jokes. Maybe if I had some cat, I could stop running away.
Yeah. That's doubly funny because that's essentially like drugs for cats, and he's basically a drug lord stereotype right now.
I have to get Ryoichi's cane back.
Ow! I keep hitting my hand on my desk.
Why won't you quit?
Don't then.
Oh, Jeffy.
Oh, Jeffy. Jeffy. El Jeffy.
My name is Jeff.
Whoops. Sneaky again.
How do you like my cane style?
I like how the camera like jerks back and forth with the hits, like it's as if the camera's being punched in the face too. Ah,
I mean, Jeff.
it's a nice
there
little
just made
cinematic
a
trick.
crane.
Ow.
Jeff
Sorry,
there
what?
just made a crane joke in it. While you were hitting him, Sly just says, "How do you like my cane style?"
Ooh. Good comeback.
You know, I like thinking of the fur on the side of his face as like giant mutton chops that just stick out
Yeah.
way too far.
It does have that kind of feel to it, doesn't it?
It really do, though.
Uh-oh. Poison rat bomb.
Dude, you had plenty of time to just like knock it off the side.
I don't know that he did. That felt like it was like a slow-mo, like, of him realizing what was going on. I think that was actually more like a second or two.
Slow. It didn't come off as slow-mo to me.
You know, it's like cinematic style. Alright, so the minions are rats, but the boss of these guys with the poison rat fumes, it looks like it's probably a skunk. Which really makes sense as to why it's poison themed.
Huh. Oh, on my way to work, I think, Tuesday, I had the misfortune of driving by where someone had
El
run over
Jefe
a
was
skunk.
defeated,
Oh,
disgraced,
give me one
and
second.
delivered to the cops. But it was a hollow victory. I'd failed to get back Ryuichi's cane, and we still had no idea who was really behind this whole thing. One thing was for sure,
Skunk.
it was somebody powerful enough to have his own private army. We contacted Dimitri for an update on the Thievius Raccoonus, and it looked like Tennessee Kid Cooper needed our help next. That meant we needed to travel back to the 1880s. Luckily, one of the goons that took Ryuichi's cane had dropped what looked like an old sheriff's badge. Bentley had been trying to figure out where it might be from, but now it all made sense. After sampling the badge, Bentley was able to calibrate the time machine. As we prepared to make the jump back to the Old West, I found myself wondering how Carmelita was doing.
Hey Manolo, thank you for the follow. Luckiest Tuna, you've been wanting to watch this all day? Awesome. I love this game. What system? PC. Although, through the PlayStation Now service, so technically PlayStation service?
We arrived in the Wild West.
Sony, through Sony.
Looking for my ancestor, Tennessee
Yeah.
Kid Cooper. A legendary outlaw whose bank robberies were some of the most daring in Cooper lore.
This guy's got some style.
When we arrived, it took some time to
I'm gonna say
locate
through Sony service, I just didn't want
We
to talk
eventually
over the
found
cutscene.
him. In
Yeah.
prison. His arrest was the handiwork of the local sheriff,
I'm
who had
sorry.
celebrated by posting his own picture all over town. Talk about an ego. We needed to bust Tennessee out of jail. But after some furious calculations, Bentley determined that the best way to do that was from the inside. For the first time in my career, I was going to have to let the law catch me. This could be a real challenge.
I don't know, getting caught is pretty easy. Yeah, our man's definitely in love. Has been since game 1. I do not want to go to the time travel menu right now. I'm going to wait until I have the ability that lets me do the arrows thing, which I think I get in a later time period, if I remember correctly.
Later or earlier?
Actually, earlier. If it's the one I think it is, then I believe it's the one from medieval England. It's like a Robin Hood type character.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be
I've seen
earlier
bits
than
and-
the Wild West time period, but later than the feudal Japan one.
Yes, I've seen
Yeah.
bits and pieces of this game, just not the whole thing.
I've played the whole thing before, but it's been a long time. But I do
You see,
remember
I'm
that
too
there's a
young.
way... You get an ability at one point to go to where those buckets of arrows are and use them to fire like... like a lot of games will have a thing where you fire an arrow with a rope attached to it to create a tightrope.
Mm-hmm.
You can do one of those things with those. And I think it's the medieval England guy that does that.
It sounds like it would be, but I'm too young.
Which
to
would
have
mean I
played
would have
the
to be able to
videos.
use him in there, so... I don't know if we time... Did we bring Ryoichi with us? I didn't look in the menu to see if he was there. I'll check next time I'm in
Maybe.
the headquarters.
Sly, they're already rigging a noose for Tennessee,
For
but we don't have time
West
for a
themed, I grabbed
complicated plan.
something.
All my data points to one thing. The quickest route inside that prison is to get yourself arrested.
Get myself arrested? I trust you, Bentley, but I'm not sure about getting locked up in this town.
Sorry, Sly. It's the only way we're gonna reach Tennessee in time. There's just one problem. They're holding Kid Cooper in the maximum security wing. To get yourself thrown in there, you're gonna have to gain outlaw status. So you need to make sure you build a rep before they catch you. Otherwise, they'll throw you in with the common criminals.
Ugh, you mean like jaywalkers and litter bugs? Not gonna happen.
Well, around these parts, it's probably more like goat thieves, tobacco spinners. But you get the point. For starters, why don't you try defacing all those posters of the sheriff?
Tobacco
around
spitting
town?
isn't a crime, it's a
That ought to
culture.
put a burr under his
In this time
saddle.
period, yes,
Hmm.
Get it?
you're
Because
exactly
we're
right.
in the Old West? Well, anyway, I'll just let you get started.
Speaking of which, have you ever played this game called West of Loathing?
I haven't, but I've wanted to, and hello, Kai.
Okay.
Couldn't help but notice you have your first attempt there. Sis.
Sorry, your
What?
connection wasn't great there. What'd you say?
Artemis has her first simp.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
If you say so.
Oddly enough, my first simp too.
I don't know what's going on. Are you talking about something happening in Discord?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just happened to catch it on my way in.
Kai, you see what time period they're in? Or he's in?
Yes.
That's why I was asking about West of Loathing. But yeah, they do a whole thing with gross, nasty tobacco spittoons
Yep.
in that game.
They also do a funny walk-in book.
And it works.
It's glorious.
I did a playthrough as a cowpuncher.
Which one's the ranged guy? The pistol dude?
I forget exactly what they call it. I think it was a snake oiler or something.
I
'Cause
think
it's not
that's
just
right.
about guns; it's also about chutzpah.
Yep. Don't get hit.
Oh shit! How do I get back up there now? Okay, that was not the route to take. I guess I better go by the tracks. And again, I don't know if I need the money that badly. They're a lot more generous with money in this one. Okay, you'll be amused to know that I got every bottle except for one. It's Sly 2 all over again. I think I
guess-
only ever got all the bottles in an area twice in the whole game. And the other times I was missing one or two.
I can't wait until they show stereotype of me. Because they're in the time period for it.
Are they?
Yep. Wild West.
Get you a girl with two bulges.
No. I mean, yes, but... specifically... Native American / Indians.
Ah.
That's why I said that I need a headband and feathers if I wanted to look like a stereotype.
I mean, I thought you were just cosplaying with a little extra spice.
Nah. Hit you with a lamp.
Well, that makes
That's...
two native people I know then.
He hit you with a lamp even though he had a big
Yep.
gun.
It's
It
just,
really-
I mean, technically
They
the lance would
really-
be easier to swing.
they really nailed the mentality of the era, didn't they?
Yep.
Aside from the fact that he was using a minigun, but yes, otherwise. He was definitely rootin' and or tootin'.
Realistically, he had something like I'm holding, you know, a revolver.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, I think that's what the boss has, though. When the mini, he's got. Although I do like the idea of it being like big hulking cow minotaur types having the tootin' miniguns. That's actually pretty badass.
Now, Kai,
Not very Wild West, but it's badass.
you might find this funny.
Hmm.
Miniguns or just spicy revolvers changed my mind.
Why revolvers specifically?
Because they don't have a single barrel, they have a revolving cylinder, just like a revolver does.
Yeah, good point, good point.
I will raise you one.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Yes, they are revolvers. Specifically, they are pepperbox revolvers.
I still say that Alice Madness Returns is the one game that did a pepperbox gun best. Because it was an actual pepper mill.
For this time period, they'd have something like a revolver or a lever-action rifle.
Yeah.
Of which
That was one thing
I
I
have
thought
the-
was interesting with Fallout New Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was a single automatic gun in that game. All the rifles were lever action. And, you know, they're in Nevada, so it's fitting enough for the theme. But, interesting difference.
So, in this era, you would have had revolvers of multiple types. You would have had the pepperbox style and the single barrel separate cylinder style. You would have had lever action rifles, break action shotties,
Mhm.
and Gatling guns.
Of which I want a Gatling gun.
I'm not sure.
They are completely
That's-
legal.
Yes. That is the
They-
thing that
they
I'm
are
not sure
actually-
of.
No, they are actually completely legal.
Yes.
That's insane.
Because, well, what differentiates it? It's still manually operated. It will
Yep.
only shoot as fast as you can turn that handle.
And that handle is operating a trigger mechanism, so it is still, technically speaking, a semi-automatic.
Yep.
Because it only fires one shot every time the trigger is pulled.
Pedantics.
Ow.
You want to know something else
Oh.
that's goofy?
Always.
Yuck.
Here's... There are two rifle definitions. One of them is more powerful than the other, and they are both the same length, same caliber, and pretty much the same action overall. One of them is a standard rifle that has been cut down into a short-barreled rifle, or SBR,
Mhm.
and the other one has had the action moved backwards slightly and is a carbine. One of these requires an extra tax stamp.
Yep.
Same length, same firearm. The carbine is more powerful, but the SBR needs an extra tax stamp.
Yep.
It is more expensive to own. It might occur to you at this point that people who write these laws have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Because-
They generally don't. No.
Like, I've mentioned this before, I'm even open to the conversation. I'm not necessarily saying I'm open to the passing of any such thing, but I'm open to the conversation of common sense restrictions. But before we can have that conversation, we have to understand what the fuck common sense is. And you need to explain
and
to
then
me...
have it.
You need to explain to me how shit like that, carbine versus SBR, how that makes any sense.
Common or otherwise.
Exactly. Like, I'll have the conversation. I'm open to have that conversation. If it makes sense, as usual, my rule is change my mind. But, man, we gotta be on the same page.
Mm-hmm. Trying to remember, there's a game I played recently that had a pepperbox style gun in it that was kind of fun, but man, it was inaccurate as hell. But I guess that comes with the territory. I'm just trying to remember what game that was.
Pepperboxes had a tendency to be slightly inaccurate, yes.
Yeah. God,
Partly because they were so damn heavy.
It's a first-person shooter I played recently. What the hell was it? I didn't stream it though, but I'm just trying to think for myself what it was. Oh, it was Deathloop.
Oh, well.
I'm going to stream that at some point, but I haven't yet. It had, I think they even called it a pepper gun, or the word pepper was in the name anyway. Because it knew what it was. Speaking of knowing what things are, what the fuck is that thing? Why?
Some kind of dummy.
That's probably
I
involved
guess-
with a future mission, I'm guessing.
My guess is that's target practice.
Target practice or some sort of distraction for somebody.
Maybe it's a scarecrow. You know it works too.
Exactly.
I don't
Target
see any
practice.
crows.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean,
He's been killing off. Hitting the random
Thor swore to
birds.
protect the world from frost giants. You don't see any frost giants around, do you? You're welcome. Proof that the Aesir are real. No frost giants. It's just a shame that possibly one of the coolest Norse gods is such an asshole.
Did you
'Cause I really
purposefully
wanna like
pass
Thor.
up that bottle, by the way?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to get to it.
Okay, I wasn't sure. It just looked like something you could jump up to. I'm assuming I'm missing
No.
something.
I don't think I can jump high enough to get on top of these from the ground. No. Although I might be able to hit it with my cane. And that's all I need. No. Yeah, I was looking for a way to get on top of these wagons, and I chose the wrong direction to go, evidently. There we go. Alright, and then I saw one over here somewhere, too. Okay, there we go.
Actually, here's something that's kind of funny too. Going back to having conversations, but we have to be on the same page. It can be incredibly difficult to get your hands on something like a Barrett, because 50 BMG can be considered a destructive device, rather than just a standard firearm.
Also, if you lay your hands on Barrett, he's probably going to punch you. He's a big guy. Do you think they named him that because of his machine gun arm?
Probably.
Probably.
So, that's a thing, and yet it is entirely possible to have an arm that is more powerful than 50 BMG and not be regulated at all, not even be recognized as a firearm. In fact, most cannons are more powerful than a 50 BMG. And they're not regulated because they're not firearms, they're guns.
Yep.
Laws are weird things sometimes, aren't they?
See, I learned about that one in the funniest way. I occasionally watch a YouTube channel, Demolition Ranch.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he did this thing with... Yeah, he always wanted to have a thing set up to where if he shot a target, that target would cause a gun to go off, which would shoot another target, which would cause that gun to go off and create this chain reaction. I always thought that would be super cool.
That could be amusing.
And originally he was going to set it up with fairly accurate, easy to acquire semi-automatic arms. But he realized a problem with that because those are registered as firearms, semi-automatic firearms, and legally, by shooting the first target and causing another one to go off, etc., that would be shooting multiple bullets by pulling one trigger. Therefore, he created a de facto machine gun by federal law.
Yeah, this is where laws kind of fall apart a little bit.
And so, to make sure that he was covered and safe from YouTube and everybody else, he did it with black powder guns because they aren't firearms; they're guns.
Guns.
See, that's the part where it's weird, is that the law makes a distinction between that for purposes like this. That is.
It was a really
though.
cool video too. It
All
took
right.
him a couple shots to get it lined up, but it was really cool.
I think that gives it more style, anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'm going. All right, mission time. I'm going in.
Find a poster, make it look goofy, and move on. Just like junior high.
Eh. Where was he keeping that paint?
Not for sale.
Don't ask.
I
Don't
don't
answer that.
know.
Actually.
Greenhorn.
I have an answer.
Raccoon space.
Prison wallet?
It's
Yeah.
paint.
Oh dear.
Paint.
Prison wallet.
Exactly.
Well, one of them was yellow.
Wow.
I don't know where he got
Ugh.
the blue
The
from.
original artist damaged his vision staring at this guy.
Well,
Okay,
I don't see.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's hope so. I call it counterfeit courage.
again, you don't know what's on Raccoon there.
Counterfeit courage. That's a good alternative phrasing for stolen valor. I like it. I mean, I hate that anybody's doing it, but I like the term.
Yeah,
Please.
considering that I don't see Carmelita around, I can imagine where the blue came from.
Hmm.
What? Oh, blue balls joke?
There you go.
Yeah, but how does that create a liquid that is also blue?
Do you really want to know?
Raccoon logic.
Kind of, yes.
Lots of blueberries.
Alright, there you go. Although, isn't their juice actually purple?
Pedantics.
Yes, your favorite thing. And
Not when
sometimes
used
mine.
against me, damn it.
You know what? I'm not going to get into the logistics of blue raccoon spooge.
If I was as homely as this guy,
Probably for
Kinda
the
like that
best.
song that I linked to.
everywhere.
Kind of like that song I linked to earlier.
Oh my
wish I could
gods.
tear them down.
Nothing to lose.
Here's Weakling of the West.
For the record, one of the lines in the song is nothing to lose but a gallon of ooze.
It's literally a song about masturbation, too.
It is.
Amusing. Also, a gallon. This guy's been saving it up for a while. Wow. That must be highly pressurized by now.
I've seen that scene from Scary Movie.
Yeah, somebody's getting the old power washer.
Lucky.
Whoosh!
Whoosh!
The second one is like, whoosh!
Oi.
Followed by the confusion. Woo?
The game had some voice acting in it,
I
definitely.
don't think vain begins to describe this guy.
You should play it too, Chris.
I might. I don't know.
It's an
The,
improvement.
all the quick time
Only
events
this
in
one,
combat turn me
a
off,
homely
though.
buckaroo.
Yeah, it is very QTE.
I really don't like that kind of thing.
That was my least favorite part, too.
Like, I'm playing a turn-based RPG because I don't want to have to be doing super precise inputs. You know?
Yeah.
Fair.
Especially because when that one character is throwing in like 6 bombs in a row and you gotta do it separately for each bomb. That would drive me insane.
Puts up posters of himself.
It's also
I
why I
think
didn't
that
really like the
one's
Mario
the easiest
RPGs
one,
that
though.
much.
Yeah,
What?
that's the easiest one. I think
That's
the
the
tapping ones are
QTE,
the hard
though.
The
ones.
challenge. I call it.
Yeah, but it seems to be the one with the most button presses involved. That I saw. I didn't
Oh,
see
no.
most of the game, though.
No.
No.
There's a lot more.
Oof.
There are ones where you have to rapidly press,
Oh, that's
but
annoying, too.
but keep it into a specific range of rapid
fuck
pressing.
that. Fuck that. By the way, I just want to say, this guy's minigun, is it just me, or does it kind of resemble bovine
jug.
milking equipment?
Yep.
It does.
That's
Although
a nice touch.
if you're milking a bull, it's the wrong end.
Or you're
Unless that's
breaking
what
the
you
law.
intended. Or you're breaking the law, or you're making more cows. That is somebody's job, I want to point out.
Yes, it is. I'm very sadly familiar.
It is?
Yes.
Mhm.
I actually
Why?
I used to know somebody who worked in agricultural artificial insemination.
And did they have weird fetishes, by any chance?
No, they did not.
I wonder how many of them do. You know there's somebody who signed up for that job
I
because
don't
they're
want
excited
that.
by the idea. Somebody out there is that person. Hopefully it's a minority of them. But I don't know why they do it instead of just having the bovines reproduce with each other naturally. Maybe it's a risk that you might lose some cows.
There is a risk of injury to the bull.
To the bull, I would have thought it would have been to the dairy cows.
Because if the cow kicks,
Oh,
she
Yeah.
can break his leg. And
Just the breaking
bulls, well, there are other things, but generally they're more concerned about broken legs. Because if that happens, you just lost a bull, and bulls are expensive.
and let me tell you,
no
that
is no
fact right
recovery.
there, that fact right there, no bull.
There's no recovery to a broken leg on a bull.
At
It's
which
just
point,
forever broke.
you lost a bull, but you gained a lot of hamburger patties. Fun fact: hamburger meat is typically from bulls, not cows,
Because
because
bulls
their
taste
meat's
better.
tougher. Well, I don't know about that, but their meat's tougher, so it can't be used for steaks. And also, you don't need them for milk, and you only need 1 or 2 bulls to keep the population going. So most of the males that grow up become hamburgers. But although the taste better comment is kind of amusing because that's actually a thing with chickens. You guys heard of capon?
Nope.
No, I have not.
A capon is something that you'll sometimes see at a grocery store. It's a bit, you could think of it as a larger, slightly different flavored chicken, but what it actually is a castrated rooster. I don't know why they castrate them. Maybe it affects the flavor or something. I don't know.
So a cockless cock.
Yes. So you are buying a less. But my family started doing capon dinners for Thanksgiving, or no, not for Thanksgiving, for
Thanksgiving.
For Christmas Eve dinner, as opposed to turkey. But I think we still did turkey for Thanksgiving. I don't remember.
This guy's a real
pretty good.
maniac.
It's like somewhere between your regular chicken and turkey.
I think he's just a team troublemaker, that is Sly.
Oh, now this really chaps my hide! I'm going to find this artist and bust his thumbs! And maybe his pinky. Ugh.
Rude.
I thought his eyes were... I thought he was like... What's the opposite of cross-eyed?
I don't know.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I get the idea.
The sheriff also loves lollipops, but his favorite is a particular
Lewd.
Cuban variety, which has to be shipped.
Cuban lollipops? Okay.
Supposedly, they taste like rice and beans.
Ew.
Gross.
Agreed. But if we clean him out, he'll have to wait weeks for the next shipment, and that should really tick him off.
I mean, actual rice and beans taste pretty good, but I'm afraid of what a candy form of simulated rice and beans flavor would taste like. Alright, who's back there? Not this way. Yeah, so there you go. You learn. You can now go back down to your grocery store and buy some less for dinner. Just don't ask them for that because they'll be confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what effect that is supposed to have on why they do that to it before they sell it to you, but it's a thing.
That it is. And I think
It does make a pretty good dinner.
I bet Murray would like that.
I think the
Great job! You just became a criminal, Sly.
best tasting
Yes,
steak that I've had.
I was just gonna say, that's right, Bentley. I only just became a criminal now. It's the first crime I've committed. You were saying though, right?
Yeah, I think the best tasting steak that I've had was actually like a veal patty.
Veal's quite nice, but you definitely got to question how they treated it, sadly. There's some pretty
Well,
inhumane veal farming going on, sadly, but I guess you can say that for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I trust where my culinary instructor got it.
I would too. Culinary instructors generally tend to
Already
know their
sussed
stuff.
out.
Yeah.
It's interesting. The culinary arts and the artists therein typically are the ones that get the most shit from certain four-lettered groups, but they're actually the ones that put the most effort into making sure that the meat they source is humane.
Unlike the stuff that four-lettered group does themselves.
Precisely, it's like they
That's
culinary
why I don't use
instructors, chefs, you know, those people very typically end up doing more for animal rights than that four-lettered group.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, it's a real pain in the ass to do that kind of work.
I see what you did there. I don't know if I ever told you, in World of Warcraft, they have a really good takeoff on them.
Oh yeah?
There is a, in a couple of areas of the game, there is a animal rights group called DETA, Druids for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. And they tend to be... They give you like an opposed quest giver situation, where there's a famous hunter in the area who will give you quests to help him hunt animals, or the druids will give you a quest to stop the hunters. Also,
Interesting concept.
what the hell am I supposed to do with this X? I can't... There must be something underground somewhere. Oh, I'm supposed to jump up there with no indication of it. Thanks, game. I could have sworn I was up here already.
You know, you're a little too excited about sending me to the slammer, Bentley.
It's all about the job, Sly. Speaking of which, in case you hadn't noticed, this Sheriff Toothpick is his own biggest fan. In fact, it looks like he's throwing himself a festival, and it's in full swing. If you take that banner down, I'm sure it'll be the final straw.
Right. Let's go rain on this guy's parade.
I just noticed that Bentley doesn't... his eyebrows aren't made of sponges anymore. I don't know how I feel about this. What is that noise?
Knocking on wood.
Oh, okay. Feeling a little restless?
Yes. Always.
Uh-oh. You see nothing?
I created this coil of lights, and I want to do a silicone pour over it.
Okay,
I will buy that silicone for.
And create a dull glow.
Neat.
Hold your fires, boss! That there is the scribble.
I thought it was funny.
It is.
Well, amigo.
That
You just booked yourself an
Hell of a revolver.
in this stony lonesome.
Assuming it would ever fire.
that looks like the hammer of a black powder.
That thing that just happened to Sly looked like the beginning of a furry porn. Bunch of big bulls looming over this guy.
Yeah.
What's that meme picture of the girl on the couch?
I'm gonna need a lot more information to be able to answer that question. I don't
The
know
look
what
on
you're
your
talking
face on
about.
that one. The look on your face on that was brilliant.
I'm like, what the hell?
You don't remember the picture of the girl on the couch with the big guys behind her?
No.
There was. I'll get my phone in a minute after the stream and send you a picture of it, or that picture. Kai, you know the one I'm talking about, right?
Not sure, to be honest.
It was like everywhere last year. The little blonde girl on the white couch.
Doesn't ring a bell to me.
Ringing a bell.
You'll know it when you see it.
That I believe.
Jailhouse Blues. I missed my quad jump. Well, at least I have a hover. That's something. Very short one, though.
Looks like it's up to me to recon the area. I need to get some shots of that prison, but I better keep a low profile. I don't want to alert the guards.
That's why it's called recon. You don't usually do recon by running in and letting the enemy see you.
I mean, they did a
Usually.
lot of recon with the SR-71. They got seen a lot. Doesn't matter that they could just simply outrun any missiles that were shot at them.
Are in that high tower.
Yeah, but you know, gathering intel is better when the enemy doesn't know that you've done it. Typically. You're too far away, I guess. Work from here? No. Maybe I have to get to that location and photograph something else. Alright. Ah, heck. Wow, that's the slowest train I've ever seen.
Okay, I DM'd it to both of you.
Alright, thanks. By the way, one thing I've been noticing about these games that I've been enjoying is how the enemies, or like, yeah, the people we meet in each area are always specific anthrotypes that are based on the kind of animals you'd expect to see in that area. Like in this area we've got dingoes and bulls and armadillos and stuff. And whatever the hell this thing is. Is that a jackalope anthro?
It's a jackalope.
That's awesome.
I think
Also,
it's
I
a
just noticed
goat.
that when Bentley is using his binocular, he's got a picture of his girlfriend in there. That's cute. I mean, it's a bad drawing of her, but... nope, I have never seen that picture before, and I'm left a little
Really?
unsettled by it. But that is the kind of energy that cutscene with the bulls that earlier had. So your
Yeah.
point is valid.
I have not seen that picture before, though.
I saw it everywhere last year.
I've never seen it. I feel like it's a fake. Like I feel like the guys are photoshopped in, but it's a good goof.
Oh no, that was a thumbnail of a certain video on a certain site, if I remember correctly.
Oh my.
That's an interesting side. Let me get a shot.
So you're saying that she knew they were there?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And enjoyed every inch?
Inch?
Ah, unless I'm mistaken, that
Jinx.
is definitely a munition box. Very handy.
I mean,
I love how we
probably
both
would.
had the same pause on that as well. Well done, Kai. Well done.
I tried, I think.
I just hope that her evident age was a costume being played up and not actual.
Definitely played up.
it was, yeah.
One hopes. Speaking of which, our boy Billy the Fridge from Drunken Peasants has discovered that certain fetish terms should maybe not be searched for if you don't want to end up on a list somewhere.
What?
He was on some porn site and he searched he did a search for DDLG,
Oh.
and it advised him to that maybe he should log off and seek help.
I'm
in agreement.
Yeah.
There is clearly some structural
Although,
weakness
I
along
mean,
the rear wall.
role-playing it is better than trying to do it for real, right?
True. I'm going to mute as I struggle to unscrew the lid of this. Ow, my hand.
And for anybody watching this right now or later on YouTube that doesn't know what that term means, you're better off that way.
Yeah. Or the direct reverse of it, MDLB.
Yes. I haven't heard that one before, but I can guess what it means. And my guess matches up with the letters, so.
Yep. Like I said, it's the direct reverse of it.
Yep.
Howdy yourself. Looks like you must have ticked old Toothpick off pretty good. I like that. You got a name?
It's Sly. Sly Cooper.
Now, son, you should know I don't take kindly to folks
I
running on my
have been
family
given a
name.
terrible idea.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Alright,
I
tell me about it in a
swear,
minute.
I'm not joking. I can explain.
Talk ain't worth spit, boy. Only one way to prove you're a Cooper. Bust us out of here.
Right. My friend Bentley's working on that. I hope.
Sly, press the square button to swing that ball. You'll smash through that wall like it's made of
Damn.
cardboard.
I didn't know Sly was this strong. That thing looks like it weighs a wee bit.
it
Anyway.
surely do.
What were you going to say, Race?
I think that ball might come in handy.
Hear me out. A basketball game using the Sly Cooper characters, called Sly Hooper.
Oh, it's like
Thoughts?
Space Jam, but not. That's a good idea.
Make your way to the bottom of the tower. Sly, here's your
There
chance.
goes his
Use the ball
hands.
to break down that door and bust
Who needs him?
Tennessee out.
Oh, that's the
I
thing
might-
I saw in the other map.
I'm a bit
Oh yeah, that's
tired
right. It's
tonight.
I don't need the Robin Hood character. I just need a costume that I get from his era.
I'm a bit tired tonight. Tried to mute my
I don't know what
mic
you're talking
with
about.
my
That was a great
light remote.
idea. Sorry, you did what?
No.
What happened with the remote? Sorry.
So I have lights that I control with a remote. I
Uh-huh.
just tried to mute my mic with it.
I thought you were about to say you tried to mute your lights.
Though, realistically, when I
both these
turn
ideas are
one
funny.
to... Yes, when I turn one to purple, it does make a ringing sound.
True.
There you go then.
So I need to mute my lights.
Stand clear.
These lights are too loud.
I guess break-
I have strange problems.
Those are the most fun kind.
That container.
Why am I the only one with a ball and chain here?
Listen, friend, they're planning on hanging me tomorrow. You want to trade?
Also, I guess Hammer Space is confirmed because I can just change costumes and suddenly not have a giant weight to carry around anymore.
Okay,
he's
but
got
what
a lot
about
of
Hammer
glue.
Time?
Can't touch this.
Do.
Well,
Yeah.
you're just talking about
Do.
Hammer Space, but what about Hammer Time?
That's when you're really good at dodging.
Have I made this joke before? I feel like I've made this joke before, actually.
I don't recall.
Not that I know of.
It might have been in a different community. And I swear I've
Maybe.
made this joke before.
Attention!
Who knows?
I've been figuring out the new work schedule, and I see a full saddlebag worth of requests for time off. Time off. What
I'm
is
up for accidentally reusing jokes.
hardly make no sense. Don't you all love working here? You get
I'll just stay right here and lend you my moral support.
what? Not love? Oh, this time of being really
Ow.
stuck in my craw.
That looked painful.
I don't want to know what's in your craw, buddy. Yeah, I don't know why some people complain about this game in the series. I think it's the best one.
Ball and chain here.
You're planning on hanging me tomorrow. You want to trade?
People are silly.
They
You got
certainly can
Scooter.
be.
Yeah. Oh well.
Large
There's no
majority of
accounting for
people
taste or lack thereof.
just- Yep.
They can
Or
not like good things
intelligence.
if they want. Hmm? What's that, Race?
Or intelligence.
Yeah.
All right.
Tend to go together though.
We got the long
Sometimes. Not always.
by we. Of course, I mean you. I need this prison operation running.
I deal with the lack of that most days.
In other words, perfectly.
My job.
Don't most of us.
I'll just stay right here and lend you my moral support.
Then, after we stretch Kid Cooper's neck, we'll track down the
If you work retail, my heart goes out to you.
Thankfully, I never have. But I have worked tech support, which has similar problems. Also, ow. Actually, that bullet did a lot less damage than I expected.
Support is one of those weird things for me.
At least tech support has one thing over retail, which is, at least you have to deal with your idiots remotely and not face to face. Usually.
I'm so conflicted because I miss the work because I loved the work, but I hated the people.
Mm.
That's at the point that I'm at. I love what I work with. I just hate the people connected to it.
I tell you though, that's the reason why, in many cases, dishwasher's the best job at a restaurant, because you're the one person that does not have to deal with with any of the guests for any reason. Generally. With a few possible exceptions, but... The cooks get complained at, and the servers have to relay the complaints.
And get their own special type of trash.
But the dishwasher does his thing in blissful peace, for the most part.
So,
There are dangers, of course, such as, you know, murderous mashed potatoes.
Yeah, but you know, at least you have something interesting to be cut by every day. And I'm just amused by the fact that I get to tell a story about being cut by mashed potatoes.
that sounds interesting.
Unlikely?
I've not heard this. Not unlikely.
Would you like to take it over this time, Kai?
Not
I've told
at all.
the
It
story
is.
a few times.
It is your story.
Ah.
You tell it best.
Alright, so Raze, you know when you've got... Let's say you've got, like, a container full of mashed potatoes that you're using to serve to people, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you scoop it up with a spoon, it leaves, like, little... certain little frills and shapes on the side of the container, you know?
Yep.
What happens to those after like 2 or 3 hours later after they've dried up.
They harden a lot.
Mm-hmm. And then as a dishwasher, I go to... I don't know that they've dried up at this point because I don't know how freshly ordered they've been recently. I go to scoop it out and throw it in the garbage before washing the container. Scoop it with my fingers. I'm not scraping my actually, not just bare skin, but skin that's probably been exposed to water a lot and is possibly a little softened against these hardened little wavy, pointy shapes. They get sharp.
Cut your finger open.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Anyone to make a knife out of mashed potatoes now, though.
Yes.
I mean, back...
Thanks, Dudley.
Just make sure to
So I
keep
was
it dry.
Yeah. I was taking two...
Just a second, Race.
Thing in my
Hold on.
ear that lets me talk to my friend. And now he's telling me you need to carry some of that TNT so we can blow the gate.
Sure. I got voices in my head telling me to blow things up too. They've been right so far. Let's get to it.
I love his reasoning for why he goes along with this.
I've felt that so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially me, because I have the stuff to blow stuff up with.
Oh my.
And it's fun.
Good. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't say lewd, just dangerous.
I mean, it's definitely quite an energetic release, though.
Now that's lewd.
Figure I'll wait by the door while you work this one out.
When I was taking culinary school, in the baking class that I had, it wasn't actually terrible. For the...
Mine was.
Um,
In fact, my baking class is the only reason I didn't graduate with honors.
This TNT idea.
for the practical final, you know what Spritz cookies are, yeah?
I'd like to make it through these.
Sorry, what?
Spritz cookies?
No.
It's like a bit of butter, bit of flour, done in a mixer until it's like almost whipped. Then you put it in a pipette bag and pipe it.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
They're heavy in sugar. They're like tea
I've
cookies.
probably eaten them. I just didn't know that was what they were called.
Yeah, they're like tea cookies and they'll have like jam in the middle of them.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not big on those personally, but I'm not a big pastry person generally, or things that are similar.
Fair. I had just taken mine out of the oven. We had to make 24, 2 dozen, 12 with jam, 12 without. And I had taken the tray out and put it down on the table behind me to close the convection oven door. And then, like the genius I am, pick up something made of metal that still was holding heat that had just come out of 150-degree oven with my bare hand.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't get burnt.
Well, no, you used your bare hand.
Oh.
You're lucky you had a bare hand.
One of our chef instructors did that on purpose, then immediately turned to look at us and said, "Don't do this." And I'm just like, holy shit, how did he build up that level of heat resistance? I mean, obviously a lot of experience, but still impressive.
It's kind of like there's a video that's still kind of going around, and there's a lot of people that are saying that it's not real, but it's this guy.
It's real. I've seen it. Oh, the other thing. Never mind. Go ahead.
There's this guy who is running his bare hand through molten metal.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no, there's no fucking way this is real. Well, it is. It's 100% real.
It's science.
It is called the Leidenfrost effect, if I remember correctly.
Yep. And there may have been a bit of Leidenfrost effect going on with that. Not just a heat resistance thing, but also like maybe slightly damp hands.
That would make it worse in this case. Because you're in contact with it for too long for that to protect you, and then at that point it's gonna conduct the heat better.
I gently put the tray back down on the table and just screamed, fuck.
In the case of the chef, he didn't seem least bit bothered by it. And he was in contact with it for at least 3 or 4 seconds.
Same here.
Whereas the Leidenfrost effect thing requires it to be like just for like half a second, maybe.
Well,
if I did it more regularly, then I could build up that resistance.
Yeah, it's probably what it was.
I think the Leidenfrost effect can be utilized for longer than like a really short period of time, but it's going to be dependent on how damp your hands are and how much pressure that you're putting on the object you're holding on to.
In this case, a fair amount because he's pulling a tray out of an oven.
Right. I could be wrong, but there might be some aspect of that in there. It would require testing and
possibly something similar.
Yeah, there had to be something like it, if not it.
Even if it was only for a short period of time, it may have given enough of a thermal barrier to low how much heat was being absorbed long enough for him to be able to just not have a sensation of it. But it would take a lot of practice and accidents before you really discovered what that was.
Oh, I'm sure both of those things were factors. Definitely. But also there's you just build up a resistance too. Like even just dishwashing, I was definitely building up some resistance to heat. Not his level, not anywhere close, but some.
After working in that kitchen, I can definitely tell a difference in how heat is felt on my hands.
I've probably lost it all, but because it's been a couple years since I worked there, but
I just used the heat resistance that I built up for something else now.
There you go. But yeah, like the dishes come out of those washing machines real damn hot.
Especially the porcelain.
Yep. Or metal in the case of cutlery. But you gotta definitely be real careful with those or with what you put in those machines, because things that might be safe to put in a dishwasher at home are not necessarily safe in an industrial dishwasher. They're much hotter. Also, I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. I don't think I can just jump in there. But I don't seem to have anything else I can do. Alright, let's see what it does. Outright kill, okay.
Thick porcelain is...
Ball roll. How do I ball roll? Okay, there we go. So this doesn't... Okay, it's not a matter of triggering an alarm, it's just amounts to the fact that it's... Wait, it kills me with electricity, but it's not going through my metal ball? Alright, I guess. Whatever. Video games. This makes no sense.
I mean, neither does Bull with a minigun.
Why not?
Well, because they can't hold him, first off.
Why not?
Because Bull.
Because Bull.
That's racist.
Must be hard to click with those hooves.
So, tell me about Sheriff Toothpick.
Toothpick? Shady son of a gun is crookeder than a sack of corkscrews. Plus,
crookeder than a sack of corkscrews.
Took the gold himself. Just know it.
I like that. This now has me thinking of, like, furry Shadowrun. Street Samurai Minotaur with a LMG.
What would a minigun fall into?
Probably whatever LMG would count as.
Well,
As far as weapon skill
no.
categories. If that's what
I
you're
think it
asking.
would be an HMG.
You think so?
Because, wait, if you actually tried to hold one of those and shoot it, you would go flying. That's why they're all mounted.
It's
Whereas you could, while it would be very uncomfortable and inaccurate to do so, you can shoulder an LMG. Shouldering a heavy...
in this case, of course, we're talking about somebody who would be A, Minotaur to begin with, and B, probably also heavily cybernetic. So, they would probably be a walking HMG stand. Alright.
Fair.
So I need to move these things around, evidently, but what is my goal here?
I mean,
Right.
I just like...
So, I could see them having the strength to control the recoil, and the ability to supply the power, and somehow carry the ammo that you would need. But unless they weighed literally as much as a Hummer, they're going flying.
Well, that's why they would have cybernetic legs that have, like, braces on the bottom of them, like little spikes to go into the ground and root them.
Oh, they need a lot more than little spikes.
You know what I mean. They're probably
Like,
not literally little, I just said it that way.
Yeah, some sort of screw anchor that would mount them.
Yeah, I don't think a set of cleats will work.
Yeah, more than cleats, like a little, well, not little, I don't know why I keep saying little, but like a spike that would actually stab into the ground.
You would actually have to bore down and drop an anchor of some sort.
Yeah. They could have that.
It's
The power
within
of
the,
science!
it's
Oh,
within
shit.
the system.
I think I'm supposed to do it over here.
And then... I mean, me thinking of them going flying like that, it's still just... I love the thought of an A-10 flying by recoil.
Although it reminds me of the one character in Broforce who is, character who has a minigun and uses it to super jump. Or the other guy who has one, and if you hold down the fire button for longer than a couple seconds, he will actually go flying backwards. Sounds
Accurate.
fun. Yeah. Hmm. How the hell am I going to line this up? Let's see.
Why don't you push the blue one back where it was?
Yeah,
And
Wow, that was a good back scratch.
I see it, yeah.
push the blue one back and then the other cart back. And then push the furthest left cart all the way left.
What, over there?
Oh,
Yes.
so
Alright. So you're saying push these two that way?
Yes.
And then this
And
guy
then,
this
or
way?
you don't... Yeah, and then you can push it onto the orange or yellow mark now.
Well, I don't think it needs to be onto the mark. I think I need... Actually, maybe it does. I don't know. I guess that's why they're
With
there
my-
that way.
Yeah. So,
So-
push it... Okay, push the other
I mean, I can
wood
get
cart
that
back over
guy
here.
on this mark.
Yeah, before you do
But I
that, push
need
the other
to-
wooden cart over
Oh.
here.
Actually, wait. I'm going to temporarily move this out of the way. So that
Like
I
what
can
I'm
do
thinking.
this.
Yeah, and then you can push the other wooden cart onto the
Now I push this back.
second wooden cart. Yep.
Now I do this. There we go, that solves it.
There was actually another way of doing it too.
Quite possibly. This is the one I saw, though.
That's sort of why I cringed, because you could have
You
had
thought
it
I was
like
breaking something?
well, you did break something. You could have done it 2 moves ago.
Maybe. There we go.
I guess break time is over.
Use the ball to get across the floor, Clyde.
I think from that point we each saw a different way of doing it.
For once, I might be glad I'm carrying
Maybe.
the TNT.
But hey, you guys got me started on the way I was doing, so that's helpful.
Yes. By saying over there and over here.
I mean, yeah.
It worked.
Yep, once I did the first 2 moves, I started seeing the rest of it. Oops. That didn't work. Ah, heck.
Control your balls, Kren.
I might be glad
I can't.
I'm carrying the TNT.
They're wild and need to roll free.
They need to roll free. They need to roll free. I don't know.
Oh, come on. Why does that keep knocking me off like that? I'm hitting something that's throwing me off.
I'm carrying the TNT.
Like it's pushing me to the side. Maybe I hit one of these emitters. That's probably what it was.
Yep, that's what you did.
Anyways, I was just thinking of something we were talking about earlier. I forget exactly what it was, but it was making me think of there's this game being made called Weird West. Every time, even I was expecting it that time, I still couldn't correct it.
For once, I might be glad
Well,
I'm carrying the TNT.
Do you guys remember what it was we were discussing earlier that got into the idea of like Western stuff with supernatural stuff?
Not supernatural. We were talking
thought
about
there was
West of
something.
Loathing.
Maybe that's what it was.
Mentioned Hunt.
Which does have
briefly.
supernatural stuff, mind you. But, there's this new game being made called Weird West. It seems like a Diablo-style game, I think, or something similar. But Wild West. But Wild West with like werewolves and shit. And all kinds of who knows what else. Could be interesting. But yes, West of Loathing definitely recommended for anybody who has not played that. And Kingdom of Loathing, its predecessor. If you like the idea of a medieval fantasy game that is incredibly strange.
Does it have the Weird Walking book too?
I don't think so, but
Damn, that was the best part.
it does have a very silly crafting system.
Oh.
So, I remember at the beginning of the game, one of the first places you go to fight enemies that are level 1 is the back alley of this city, where you fight homeless people for whatever reason, right? But of course, you know, you usually call them bums, right? For slang in a lot of cases. So you go to fight some bums in this back alley. And sometimes one of the item drops you can get from the bums is an ass cheek.
Of course.
So the pun gets better. The pun gets better. If you collect 2 ass cheeks and then craft them together, you can get an ass hat. Your first helmet in the game. Slowclap.exe is still working. Excellent. And that's the level of puns you can expect from Kingdom of Loathing. Oh, the other fun thing is, unlike West of Loathing, Kingdom of Loathing is an online game. And it has forums.
So it's
and in order to be allowed to post on the forums, you have to do a quest.
I just want to say, I knew you was a Cooper the second
hold on a second.
eyes on you.
Thanks, but Tennessee, we need to go.
It's a strong boy. One arming that.
Did you see his face?
Yeah. Yeah, anyway. Before you're allowed to post on the forums, you have to do a quest where you basically prove that you understand the basic concepts of grammar. And this quest is formed in the form of you are avenging the ghost
Somehow,
of the English
we managed
language.
to survive and make it back to the hideout. Once
Nice.
there, Tennessee gave us the lowdown. How he'd been planning the bank heist that should have gone down in Cooper lore as his masterpiece, only to have a mysterious new sheriff arrest him before he even reached the bank. Curiously, the robbery still occurred, and all the bank's gold was stolen. Tennessee was charged even though he was already in prison, and the gold was never recovered. Of course, he had a strong suspicion it was Sheriff Toothpick himself who had stolen the gold and framed him. And after a little research, there was no doubt he was right. Bentley was able to uncover plenty of information about the sheriff. Although he changed his appearance somewhat, Toothpick was a 2-bit gangster from present-day Eastern Europe. According to his file, he'd grown up loving 2 things: gold and cowboy movies. He eventually specialized in gold robberies, and for a while had masterminded some of the largest scores around the world. Then he abruptly vanished. The word was he had always thought of himself as a gunslinger, and it looked like he had found a way to make that a reality. The guy was a real loose cannon. We'd have to watch our backs if we were going to steal back the missing gold and restore Tennessee Kid Cooper's reputation as the greatest outlaw of the Old West.
Nice.
I wish I could have paused it in that cutscene.
Yeah?
Because,
What happened?
to me it kind of looked like they thought revolvers had 2 barrels there.
It might be like a weird stylized one they made.
No, because there, on some revolvers, there is an actual bit of metal that goes out along the barrel there.
Mhm.
But it's for the extractor. Because
Ah.
they don't swing open. That one swings open, so it wouldn't have that on it.
Mm. Well, who knows?
And the reason that they need that extractor is to push the spent casing out of it.
Makes sense. I just wanted to check the options for something real quick. There's something that tells me my moves in here? No. Because I've noticed a couple of power-ups for... Like, I just got something for steerable cane spin, but I don't know how to do a cane spin. So I don't know how I'm going to use that,
Fair.
but maybe I'll look it up before tomorrow. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway,